paloma linda, anda y prueba tu volar. No tengas miedo, mi palomita, que nada te va a pasar. Anda y prueba tus alas bonitas, sin que el temor te limite. Vuela paloma bien alto, mi vida, no dudes que siempre amanece, ya amanecerá. Paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda. Cree en tu fuerza, paloma linda, el cielo te va a cuidar. Cuando no salga el sol, mi paloma, tu propia luz te va a guiar. Anda y prueba tus alas bonitas, sin que el temor te limite. Vuela paloma tan libre como la vida, no dudes que siempre amanece, ya amanecerá. Paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda. Sal de tu nido, paloma linda, anda y prueba tu volar. No tengas miedo, mi palomita, que nada te va a pasar. Anda y prueba tus alas bonitas, sin que el temor te limite. Vuela paloma bien alto, mi vida, no dudes que siempre amanece, ya amanecerá. Linda paloma, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda. Vuela paloma, libre. Linda paloma, sin miedo, sin miedo. Sin miedo.
Hello, hello. I'm like so excited. I have like an official setup again. Okay, let me just turn a few things down. Get all nice and cozy. Ooh. I'm gonna turn the music down. We'll leave it on. I think it's kind of nice. Is that good? That should be good. Let me make sure I'm actually listening to the right audio. Yeah, I am. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. If it gets too distracting, we can turn it down some more. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I closed you guys out. I had it all nice and set up. And they were like, no, you don't. Oh, actually, I want this screen. That's the one I want. Perfect. Give it a second. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Hi, guys. Oh, wait. Hold on. My lights are probably going to give someone a seizure. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Please hold. They reset funky. Okay, where's the lights? There they are. Okay, there we go. nice fade in, fade out. That way I don't cause anyone to be like, what are we looking at behind us? There we go. Okay. All right. Now we can go back to the camera. Hi, guys. Hello, and welcome. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little nervous about today's live stream because I don't really have a major topic. So, hi. Hello. And I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of talking and self-reflecting and all that fun stuff. I will say this just to go off the bat to ease everyone's worries. Let's keep the comments ho-fast spoiler free. So no major ho-fast questions. If at the very end I think I'm only going to be live for maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. As we kind of wind down for the evening, I'll leave it open to some ho-fasty spoiler questions, but we are doing a spoiler discussion on Friday. So I don't want you guys to feel like you are in any rush to be caught up on a book. I don't, so I just want to this is kind of a safe-ish, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, non-SJM conversation. Oh my God, is that terrifying? Because it terrifies me to say that. But hi everyone. Hello, it's so nice to see you guys. How's everyone's week going? I know it's Tuesday, but for me, this is the start of the week officially. Hold on, I'm going to switch this song. You know what I need? I need lo-fi. Let's do no tropical chill. Ooh, let's do piano. Soothing piano. That way I don't hear talking in the background. It won't distract me. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, what were we saying? Oh, how's everyone's week? That's what we were saying. You're gonna watch my brain flip through a million different things tonight. For me, Tuesdays are always kind of like Mondays, I feel like I'm racing to catch up to whatever the heck I'm trying to do. And then Tuesdays are my official back into the groove of things. Wednesday for me, but going good so far. That's good. So are you in Australia then? If it's Wednesday? I spy Brewmate. Oh my gosh, yes. I can talk about this. I will happily talk about my Brewmate. I keep calling it Brewmate, which is ridiculous. Enjoying other books other than SJM now that Ho-Fast Rush is over. Yeah, for sure. Mine is exhausting. Been a crazy week. Yep. See, listen, fun fact about me is I've never traveled outside the US. I don't count going to Mexico as I've been on a cruise and went to Mexico. And there's no reason why I haven't other than life. There's no actual hold up as to why I haven't traveled. I just haven't, but Australia's on my list. My mom was born in Newfoundland, so I would love to see where she was born. I really want to go to Scotland and Ireland and UK and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I keep thinking it's later in the week. I do the same thing. Got my ass kicked by work yesterday, struggling to stay motivated. I don't know if anyone else is, but I feel like for a lot of us who are not, I didn't understand this until I graduated college, but I feel like right now a lot of my friends were in a weird lull with work. I haven't talked to anyone who's loving their job right now, and I don't know why that is. I just feel like we're in a weird lull. So I get it. Hip and back problems. I have appointments, basically massages. Ooh, nice. I had one planned tomorrow, got canceled. Feel it. Favorite gym location is closing in a month. No, that's the worst. That's actually the worst. This is the year, I should tell you guys. So this probably doesn't surprise anyone because we were talking a little bit about Ho-Fast, but it's essentially been scrubbed from the internet. I think there's still some footage of me if you find it, but before all of this book talk stuff, before SJM, all of that, I would stream I tried to stream regularly, a typical, I don't know if anyone, I'm sorry, I might baby step you guys through this because this is kind of fun for me, but some of you guys aren't gamers, so you're not used to streamers, and some of you guys are gamers, and so you're used to streamers, so forgive me, but I'm gonna educate the non-streaming community as to how streamers work. So for those of you that aren't familiar with streamers, so if you ever want to become a streamer, if you ever want to become a gamer, there's like the biggest thing they tell you is consistency and to do it a lot, like to be very frequent with it. And so I started streaming. It was when Ninja moved over to Mixer. So that was like, I think it was 2018, 2019 is when I started streaming. And I started streaming on Mixer. I was streaming Sims content, and then I moved over to Twitch like a yearish later. And so it feels whenever you're like streaming like that, it can be kind of exhausting because no one's watching you. So like I got really good at having an iPad, a laptop on my stream, so it looked like at least 5 people were watching me. Like my goal, I'm not kidding when I tell you this, my goal was to just get 10 consistent people watching me on every stream. That was my goal. And it never happened. Sometimes I reached it, sometimes I didn't. If I got 25 people in my stream, it was like, oh my God, my life is made. Like genuinely, I was so excited. And it was really hard and exhausting. And so then when I got on all the book stuff, like you guys aren't used to that schedule. So it's been kind of funny. Like I'm trying to get back into the streamer headset, but I also like don't have to like most of you guys aren't familiar with that. Like cozy gaming wasn't a thing. And I was essentially a cozy gamer streamer. So like, anyways, this is just my random rant about like things are weird. Okay. Let me see. Jim. Okay. Got Hofast during a good time when I needed the distraction. I'm pregnant. Oh, congratulations. That's very, very cool. I understand. We all needed that distraction. Is Mercury in retrograde? It feels like it, honestly. Did you say your mom's from Newfoundland? Yeah. So she is a military brat. So her dad was in the army, and she was born in Newfoundland, technically on U.S. soil. It was very important in case she wanted to be president. So, but she could be a dual citizen. So. Yeah. Nobody has tried to meet Jesus this week in the hospital wing. So winning. I mean, yeah, I would imagine that is winning. Did you have fun at, so much fun at the house? Yes. So, for those that don't know, we rented an Airbnb with my friends. I'm going to give the details about the Airbnb because the incredible owner of it, when we found this house, we were like, hey, so we're a bunch of content creators. Is there any way we could like kind of make a small deal with you so you give us a tiny discount on the house? And she did. And genuinely, the house is gorgeous. And I would recommend anyone staying in that house. Like, it is South Austin. It is seriously stunning. That house is just beautiful to stay in. And I would tell everyone to go. Like, if you were coming to Austin with a girls trip and like need a retreat vacation, like that house was, I mean, I read outside almost every day. Like, it was beautiful. So yeah, so we have, I'm going to be posting more photos. I'm going to give you guys the link to the Airbnb, all of that fun stuff, because it truly was like, and I'm not kidding when I tell you, Avery and I, more me than Avery, but Avery and I probably spent a month looking at Airbnbs. Like, we really went hard on it. Cause this surprise, you can ask the mods this. I'm a little bit more of a bougie shopper when it comes to like where I stay. So like, I really wanted something really nice, especially because we were going to basically be living in the house. Like, we're not, sometimes when you go to an Airbnb, it's just a place to sleep, but like this was not a place to sleep. We were going to spend time there. It was great. The only thing that I didn't like about the house was all wood, which I typically love, but it echoed. So like when I was upstairs reading certain scenes, I could hear everyone downstairs. So I eventually had to buy earplugs, but that is a personal issue. But other than that, the house was gorgeous. The location was gorgeous. Everything about the house was just stunning. So we had a lot of fun. We definitely want to do it again. I have like secretly been wanting to do realm trips. So this was kind of like a test round to see like what I could do for like a Rosebud's Realm retreat, like a weekend, not a full week, but like a weekend trip. So this was kind of like a mini test for me. And it was just so much fun. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. The house looked amazing. Exciting from Newfoundland. Oh my gosh. See? I need to go. It was a perfect trip. Started Lady of Darkness before Hofast. Didn't expect it to be so long to read. Now I'm back into Lady of Darkness, loving it so far. The banter the characters make it a great read. Has anyone here not read Lady of Darkness? Because I'm about to change your life. Have you read One Dark Window yet? I haven't, but that is on my TBR, and I really, really want to read it. Like, I'm really excited about it. Okay. Have you guys heard my lecture about Lady of Darkness? I'm waiting for the buddy read. Yeah. So I don't know how familiar. Does anyone? Okay, this is like, I feel like, because we've obviously evolved so much over the years. Was anyone here for the Book Buds Throne of Glass, like that era when I did Throne of Glass for an entire year? Like, do you guys remember those? Remember what that looked like? I will talk to you about Hofast in a second. Yes. 50% through One Dark Window. Oh, nice. Okay. I just saw Enemies to Lovers. Okay, so here's the thing to know about Book Buds and then we did this like old school, and then we've obviously learned and evolved, and like the master class was kind of the sweet spot. So Book Buds was a full PowerPoint presentation. I like to call it a D&D style campaign, where essentially I would walk you through everything that happens in Throne of Glass. I would be pulling quotes for you. You would then see these quotes. I mean, these sessions were like 4 hours long. Like it was like wild how insane these were. And I genuinely, I mean, they kind of got a little out of hand, but I genuinely found so much joy and love from doing that, because I really find, I love breaking down books for you guys. Like, I think it is a lot of fun to kind of do this like Dungeons and Dragons style book club for everyone. Like, visually it's a lot of fun. And if it's the right book, it is totally worth it. Like hundreds of I mean, like some of these slides were like, I think one of the Empire of Storms ones was like 150 slides. Like, it was insane. Okay. And then the masterclass, we've obviously perfected it over the years, and the masterclass is closer to like, I think the longest masterclass was 50 slides, and that included the quiz at the end and the Slido stuff in the front. So like probably it was closer to 40. We're doing that basically with Lady of Darkness, but I have partnered up with Melissa Rorick, who is the author, and Britt, who is her assistant. They're both, well, really it's Britt and I. We're going to be doing it together. So there's no notes. I want to make that very clear. There's no notes. Britt has the notes. It's in a way, it's like she did the notes. I'm just making the slides. Britt is fact checking everything to make sure everything is accurate. And then you guys are going to be getting this like full PowerPoint presentation. And then it will end with when we finally end it, it will end with Melissa coming on a Zoom, and then you guys get to chat with her about Lady of Darkness. And then a lot of people have asked me, like, are we going to be doing or I'm saying ACOTAR because everyone always asks me with Throne of Glass. Are we going to be doing the Legacy series, which is the series right after Lady of Darkness? And the answer is yes and no. So we won't be doing PowerPoints for the Legacy series because that is reserved for completed fantasy books only. But we are going to basically like heavily push you to read the Legacy series in August. Like, I'm going to really push you guys to read it. So like the PowerPoints won't be going on. We might do like a Zoom type conversation about the Legacy series. I might be able to get Melissa to do that. I don't know. I'd have to talk to her. But like for now, it is just in regards to Lady of Darkness. And I think you guys are really going to love it. And I need you to like really trust me because I know some of you, let me say this. I always like to lower everyone's expectations because I feel like when you lower them, it's better than like raising them too high, as we've learned with Hofast. So like the first 2 Lady of Darkness books are really good, but they're gonna feel familiar, but they are really good. They are really good. Okay. And then you're going to dive in and it's going to feel like this really cool fantasy book. So like, trust the process. Don't give up on it. This isn't a Throne of Glass situation where it's like, oh, the first book was so awful. Like, no, I remember, and Amanda can like, she can explain this, but like I was listening to the audiobook of Lady of Darkness and I had to pull over because I was so upset about a certain scene. Like it was just, it's really just so good. I just finished the series with my cousin before the buddy read was announced. So this is something that we used to do for the Throne of Glass buddy read. When we did book buds, was I would do returning reader hours. And that was basically reserved for like things you noticed the second time you read it. And it is really, really hard to explain to people. Like there are things you're going to pick up on. Like it is really, really hard to, what am I trying to say? Like, it's really hard to find a series that is worth going back and revisiting. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, because, you know, of course people are on different paths of their reading journey. Some of you guys are like me. You'll be like, oh, I found out that this is the pick, and then they're just going to like zoom right through. Okay. Like, some of you guys will jump into it. Some of you guys won't. Okay. And for people who are returning readers, I want to make sure that you guys still find joy out of it, because if you pay close enough attention, Melissa is extremely intentional with her breadcrumbs. Very intentional. You just brush them over as like whatever, but there are genuine breadcrumbs. So, didn't like the first book. That's okay. Stick with it. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's okay if you didn't like the first one. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Just stick with it. I should also warn you that the main character has like Aelin energy. So if you're just not typically an Aelin girly, it might be a struggle for you. But like, I loved Scarlet, and I genuinely think some of the issues I have with Throne of Glass, Melissa did a better job with. So just saying that. But they're great. So there's there's 4 books and a novella. 5 books and a novella. I'm literally looking at the number 5 behind me. 5 books and a novella. Darkness, Shadows, Ashes, Embers, The Reaper. That's the novella. And then Starfire. And The Reaper is literally less than 100 pages. You can do it. And by the time we start it, all the audiobooks will be out. So right now we're just waiting for Starfire. Is it spicy? How much? I want spice. It is spicier than Throne of Glass. It is spicier than ACOTAR? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's spicier than ACOTAR. Right? There's good spice in it. What does the book look like? Never heard of it? Please hold. Is Melissa in? Wait, hold on. Uh-oh. My God, I love her. Okay. Let me see here. Wait, where's book 1? Is it on here? Oh, it's right here. I'm just going to show you the first books. Is that okay? I'm just going to... I love Lex. I'm just going to show you the first ones. Okay, so this is Lady of Darkness. What does it say on the back? I've actually never read the back. Let's read the back. Let's read the back together. Okay, this is book 1, Lady of Darkness. This is it. Oh, let me also tell you, like, because some people have the wrong interpretation on the internet of this series. I was in a Sarah J. Maas hole. I genuinely wanted to get out of the Sarah J. Maas hole, but I still wanted a fantasy series, okay? Like, I was in the middle of the notes in July, and I would have done anything to not see the name Rhysand, Cassian, Aelin, Rowan. I didn't care. Didn't want to see their name. Bryce, Hunt. I don't want to see their names. Like, I was in such a, like, I do not want to see this, but I still wanted to live in a fantasy world. And that was this series. And this series was what I wanted at the time. Like, it is just what I wanted. Okay. So, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. The music. Okay. So it says owned. I know this is going to sound familiar. You just have to trust me, okay? Owned by a ruthless assassin lord, Scarlet Monroe and her 2 sisters have been trained since they were children to torture and take life. They are the most feared trio on the continent, but they are also wild and unpredictable. Oh, wait, hold on a second. What's a fake? Can someone remind me to yell at Melissa about that line? Because, ma'am. A tragic night has Scarlet finding herself locked away in a noble household, trapped and forgotten until she's ready to fall in line. Until the day she is presented with a job. If she completes the assignment, her payment will be something she has coveted for 10 years. Revenge against the Fey Fire Prince who brutally killed her mother. Is she willing to sacrifice her ideas for retribution? But when children begin disappearing from her home, all her plans are put on hold as she races to save the most innocent. With the help of old friends, a jilted lover, and a mysterious newcomer who claims the magic of the Fae is possible in the mortal lands, Scarlet delves into the darkest corners of the world. Forgotten secrets will come to light, and she will discover that darkness extends far beyond her own kingdom. That was a good summary. Good job, Melissa. How much time will we have between each book? 1 month. 1 month. And then this is the Legacy series. This is the first one. This is Reign of Shadows and Endings. The second one comes out next month. I think I don't really want to explain this series until you've... Okay, let me say this. This is like a Crescent City situation. I'm going to be honest. So Melissa would like me to tell you, as the person running her social media, that you can read this series before or after the Darkness series. It's really up to you. You don't have to read it in the order. Okay, Melissa would like me to tell you that. Sarah, would tell you that you should not touch this until you've read the Lady of Darkness. And the reason I say that is because there is something in Lady of Darkness that you become familiar with. And I don't want to say what it is because it's a spoiler to the series. But this, if you read this and you've read that, you will have a very visceral reaction to certain things. That's what I'll say. So, yeah, that's what I would say about this. This book is out. So this is Reign of Shadows and Names. This is out. The sequel, Storm of Secrets and Sorrow. Haha, I said it right. That one comes out next month. So I've got to knock out 5 books in a month. You could probably do it. I did it. I think if people finish, okay, let me put it this way. If you finish all of the books before our read along starts in April, you might get an idea of why I picked it, because there's a very clear reason. And then you will want to reread it, but you have to wait until April. Okay? You have to wait. If you decide to wait to read these, that's fine. You'll just spiral backwards when we finish them. Regardless, I'm putting you in a spiral that is not tied to Sarah J. Maas. And unlike Sarah J. Maas, I can't spiral with you most of the time because I know things. So, yeah. Yeah, you'll be fine. So I got enough, 5 books, yeah. I should tell Melissa that I'm not me talking about your books. It's fine. Look, my keyboard has a different noise. I'm actually going to put this here so I can read this chat. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be reading. I think you guys are really going to like it. I also like... Say less. Okay, here comes her assistant. Here comes Britt. Okay, this is the other thing I want to say about the Darkness, Lady of Darkness. So I picked this one because I knew it was going backwards, because we originally, when we did Book Buds in 2021, we were not supposed to go back to Sarah J. Maas for a while. The plan was Book Buds for a year, wipe our hands clean, HOSAB, spoilers, and then, HOSAB came out, and then we had to go backwards. So, we were not supposed to go backwards. We were supposed to continuously move forward, okay? And then, by the way, wait, hold on. Britt, have you read the back of Darkness recently? Like the summary? Because I'm going to read you this sentence so that you can spiral with me about why did Melissa do this? I really want to know if she's, read it recently. I don't think she has. The summary, because then you can go tag team and yell at Melissa on it. I'm gonna wait and see what she says. But what I'm trying to say is, so when picking a series, we had a group that was like, I need, as if I didn't help with it. Oh, so then did you do this line? They are the most feared trio on the continent, but they are also wild and unpredictable. Anyways, when we decided to, when we knew we were going to do another book, when we were like, okay, after Throne of Glass, what are we going to do? We had a huge group that was like, it needs to have spice in it. And I was like, okay. And then we had a huge group that was like, it doesn't need to have spice in it. I don't care whatever you pick, we're going to go for it. Okay. Then we had another huge group that was like, we wanted this. And here are the requirements for the books, when we choose a book for this thing. Okay. The requirement is it has to be completed. It has to be a completed series. It has to have some intense world building to where it needs to be explained or drawn out. It has to have some sort of romance in it. It doesn't have to play the main role in the story, but it needs some. It doesn't need to have spice, but it needs to have some romance. And it needs to be, I mean, the biggest thing is it needs to be complex. It needs to have complex world building, magic system. I don't care. It just needs to have that. So we, like, some of our potential picks were Wheel of Time, Game of Thrones, but that's not complete, but you know what I'm trying to say. But Wheel of Time was definitely one. The Broken Earth trilogy was one that we considered. The Ruin of Kings was one we considered. Bloomsbury gave me some options that I won't say, but we ended up not going with the ones that Bloomsbury asked. What were some other ones? Oh, Pyre was potentially one, but that's a standalone, but I know it has like a second book, and then we decided not to do that one. The Darker Shade of Magic trilogy was a potential one. I mean, you can kind of sense there was a pattern here. We went down a rabbit hole of like quite a few options, and the decision was made that we wanted a series that wasn't necessarily the most intense fantasy series, but it was one that could potentially rival a super intense fantasy series and maybe ease people in. Because I also thought, okay, Hofast is going to come out and everyone's brain is going to be mush. And guess what? I was right, but not in the way that I thought. And so the thought was, let's pick a series that feels somewhat familiar, has a somewhat of a familiar formula, is still a fantasy series, has romance, and everything everyone wants. And so Lady of Darkness was just the perfect pick. Like, it genuinely, I read it and I was like, we're not even looking at it anymore. Like, this is it. We're moving on. But I think the next one we do is probably gonna not be as romantic, I should say. The next one we do, I don't think is going to, like, it won't be as romantasy, is what I should say. It will lean more fantasy. But listen, it's important that we understand the history of the fantasy genre and we appreciate it. And we're going to do it together. That's the most important part, is we are going to do it together, okay? This isn't like your typical TBR type of book club. This is like you're going on a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with me, okay? So, isn't there a new book with Darker Shade of Magic? There is, but from my understanding, it doesn't affect the trilogy. So that was, again, a discussion. Was like, okay, well, if they're opening it up, what are we going to do? So, but we were very, very adamant on, like, it needed to be a fantasy. It needed to be a fantasy. So that's why we went with what we went with. So I wasn't the only person kind of let down with House of Flame and Shadow. I've been reading Mass and Stone and Glass release. I don't think I was let down. I will say that. I think I'm more positive than most people on the internet about the book, but it's not my favorite book. That's what I'll say. It's not my favorite. It might be in my top 5, definitely not my top 3. But I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just an okay book. But I'm also like, I mean, I'm just going to wait. That's what I'll do, is I'll wait and I'll read other books. So, Wheel of Time is on my TBR. I do want to read Wheel of Time. Listen, if you're a Throne of Glass girly, you have certain expectations when it comes to Sarah J. Maas. Like, we just do. We naturally have expectations. But yeah. How do I get out of the slump it put me in? Okay, you guys want to know the book that I'm reading? That's putting me... I actually haven't started it. I'll tell you all the books that are currently on my TBR. You ready? I will tell you. Sign in. Is this my Goodreads account? Because I don't remember which one it is. Oh, that is not my Goodreads account. Sign into Goodreads. Is it... Sign in with an email. Is it not that email? I thought for sure it was there. Okay, let's try this. I need to go through my TBR anyways. Found it. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, can we talk about Taylor Swift? Can we talk about her in a bit? Oh, are they getting... Wait, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, see, I told... You... The mods are talking about me. Okay. What was I doing? I was looking something up. Oh, the books that I'm reading. Okay, here. So this is my this is my favorite rom-com. I'm not typically a rom-com girl, but I love one author, and I can thank Avery for this, and that is Rosie Danan. I love The Roommate and The Intimacy Experiment. They are genuinely two of my favorite rom-coms ever. Like, and I recommend, so whenever I read like Sarah J Maas, or I'm going to be honest, from Blood and Ash, because they always put me in slumps because I always just want to go back and read it and whatever. I always will read a rom-com, or I will read a like super smutty book. Like, I know this is smutty. I know it might be fantasy, but it is a smutty book. Okay. So I typically I go backwards. Okay. The Roommate, if you've not read The Roommate and The Intimacy Experiment, like, please read them because they're hysterical. The Roommate is the first one. It looks like this. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Let me move this. This is what the book looks like. It looks like this. Okay, this is The Roommate. And it is so funny, and it is so cute, and it is about the main character, which I'm forgetting her name, which that should tell you how much I like this book, because I'm forgetting the main character's name. She she's from the East Coast, and she moves to the West Coast. She moves to California to live with this guy that she's had a childhood crush on for a very long time. Okay. And as she's in the car, he's like, picture her from the airport. He's like, oh, I actually am not going to be living there. Like, I got you a roommate though. And she's like, okay, whatever. Her roommate, is a adult film star, but he's an adult film star for women. Like, he's known for women, not for men's pleasure. And so she doesn't watch that, doesn't know what that is. And so she finds out. And my favorite is very early in the book. She does her research because she's a nerd. She's like a type A personality nerd. And she looks him up, and he walks in on his voice. So you should read it. It's really funny. It's really funny. You should read it. It's a good time. It's a really good time. So I have read The Roommate and The Intimacy Experiment. The Intimacy Experiment is his friend, which is her. She dates a rabbi, and it's so good. It's so good. Genuinely really excited. And then her newest one just came out, and it's called Do Your Worst, which is, let me see. Do Your Worst is her newest one. So that's this one. And I don't know if I'm going to like it as much, but I'm going to read it. I'm very excited. Yeah, these are my favorite rom-coms. So I will be reading this. I have specifically saved this to read after Hofast. The other thing I'm reading right now, which I can talk about, but it doesn't come out for a while, is Till Death, okay, by Miranda Lynn. I think she's shown her cover now. Yep, there it is. This is good. This is a standalone. Say it with me, people. Stand alone. Stand alone. We love a good standalone. Okay. Till Death is so good. Okay. I genuinely so good. Okay. I haven't gotten very far into it, and I need to go back to it because every time I message Miranda, I'm like, I want to go back to it. I want to go back to it. So I need to go back and reread some things. But this is, it's so much fun. It kind, like, so far in the story, it's giving me sexy Moulin Rouge slash Caraval. I don't think it's a good, yeah, sexy meets dark gothic wedding. That's what it gives me. It's good. It's good. I've been enjoying it. The banter, the main character, oh, it's so good. So this comes out in April. And we might do something in April with her. Def Moulin Rouge. Yeah, I would say Moulin Rouge for sure. What genre? Fantasy romance for sure. It's really, really good. So please read this. I'll probably host a buddy read for it in April, so you guys can read it, and then I'll probably try and get Miranda to do like a live or something with me, because it was really fun. This is a fun one. So it's 99 cents on Kindle, so y'all go pre-order it. Like, genuinely, you won't be. It's a standalone. You guys, it's a standalone. How many times have we begged for a standalone fantasy book? Come on. That's what we want. So that's on my TBR. That's what I'm currently reading. And then, I mean, I've been reading Ro Aylin fanfic. This is one that I really want to read, which is City of Dusk. But I kind of want to wait, because this I'm going to wait until we get closer to this, because I want to read this. Dark adult fantasy trilogy. Heck yeah. Give that to me. So I have some I'm going to go down a fantasy rabbit hole. Drop the fanfic. I mean, listen. Yeah, hold on. I'll get them. I've been reading some Ro Aylin fanfics. Listen, I really needed them. Oh, Britt, you gave it a 5-star? Damn, girl, you don't hand those out very often. Aylin and Rowan. Okay, let's look. Completion status completed. Let's do hits. All right. I read Growth. It was okay. This one is fun. This is kind of a modern AU take on Rowan and Aylin, and I have read this, so that's a good one. This is the one I'm currently reading, which I'm pretty sure I read it before. So Ren, but I must know, did we get the black and white? I got white. This is like the nerdiest thing. I can't, if I switch it, you won't be able to see, but this makes me so happy. I got the white. Okay. Okay, so there's that fanfic. Let's see, what else do I got? I've read a lot. No. There's one where they have a baby and it's really cute. No. I'll find more. I need to like actually list these out because I don't have them all listed out, but those are 2 fanfics for you. Those are 2. Okay, can we talk about Taylor Swift? I feel like if I start doing these more often, I feel like I'm going to need like a news ticker of like to keep me on track of what I'm supposed to be talking about. Taylor Swift. So, how many of you are not Swifties? Can I explain this? Can I tell you, the Swiftie SJM fandom, basically the same amount of crazy, just in case you're wondering. Like, both of them are absolutely batshit insane in different ways. Like, but like, I actually think Taylor's a little more intentional. I think Sarah it just happens. But I think indifferent. You can't be indifferent with Taylor Swift these days. Okay, so here's the thing about, for those of you that are like not up to date, I'm gonna give you a lowdown of what had happened. So Taylor Swift, Joe better go and hide come April. Homeboy better be hiding now, honestly, but he's good at hiding. We know this, so it's fine. Okay, so all right. Listen. I was not a huge Swiftie until I went to the Eras tour, and now I'm like, I mean, my friendship bracelets are still sitting here. You know, see? These are the two I got on the Eras tour. I got a 13, and then I got Midnights. Meet me at midnight. I'm not going to sing anymore because she will come for me for playing her music. So here's the rundown. So Taylor announced at the Grammys when she won her 13th Grammy. Okay, let me just put this into context for those of you that are like not Taylor Swift fans. So like Sarah J. Maas really likes the numbers 7, 8, and 3. We all know this. Sarah like genuinely loves those numbers. Taylor loves the number 13. 13 is Taylor's number. There's always something about the number 13, like all of this, like, okay, there's always something about the number 13. And so she won her 13th Grammy. And so when she went up to win her 13th Grammy, she announced that she has a new album coming out called The Cultured Poets Department. Isn't that what it's called? Wait, what is it called? The Tortured Poets Department. That's what it's called. Sorry. The Tortured Poets Department, which all of us were like, that is a mouthful. Also, we were all expecting, looks, people are already correcting me. Sorry, guys. We were expecting, Reputation, because the other thing Taylor's doing is she's re-recording all of her records because she wants the rights, which is a whole other thing with the music industry, and I won't get into that, okay? So she announced this album, and all of us were like, wait, what? Then come to find out, Joe Alwyn, who is her ex-boyfriend, okay? Joe Alwyn, okay, like here's just a basic breakdown. She had been dating him for a really long time, like quite a few years at this point. Okay, they had met at the Met Gala. I think they met at the Met Gala. They started dating, or no, they didn't meet at the Met Gala. Doesn't matter where they met. Okay, but Joe's whole thing, and I feel like every man Taylor has dated, is they don't want to like. They don't want to be in public with her, which I think is so weird. Like it's almost like they treat her like a prize. Like, oh, I'm dating Taylor Swift. Like, of course I got her. Like, that's how they've been treating her. And Joe definitely treated Taylor. I mean, he was her COVID boyfriend. Okay. So they like went into hiding. They like had their cozy days in, but then she started doing the Eras tour and he was out. Like this was not going to work out anymore. This is like, you know what I mean? Like they weren't vibing because Joe was not really Taylor Swift's boyfriend. He was Taylor Swift's boyfriend. He was not Taylor Swift's because he didn't go on tour. He didn't experience any of that with her. Let's be real. Okay. He was the COVID boyfriend. And so she broke up with him before they went on tour, and then and then he's just been kind of silent. And like we all know, okay? Well, then he had a Vanity Fair and he announced in this thing that he had a text group called the Tortured Men Club. And Taylor knew about this text group. And so she decided to name her album The Tortured Poets Department. And you might be like, well, wait, where does the word poet come from? Well, because his friends used to make fun of her and call her a tortured poet. That's why the album is called The Tortured Poets Department. It's a play on the group chat and the fact that his friends made fun of her. That's literally why it's called that. Which I was like, what? I get all of this from TikTok, by the way. So like, let's all take my knowledge with a grain of salt. But that's the reason it's called this. Then she announced the title tracks and oh, baby, he better just hide. He better just hide. That's all I gotta say. There's Fortnite, The Tortured Poets Department, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, Down Bad, So Long London, But Daddy I Love Him, which I want to say like Little more, But Daddy I Love Him, okay, Fresh Out of the Slammer, Florida, Guilty as Sin, Who's Afraid of Little of Me, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, and LOML. I would personally pick, but Daddy, I love him because that's a Little Mermaid reference. But So Long London, homeboy better hide. He better be hiding. This is not good for him. This is not good. This isn't good. So for those who don't know, we are doing a listen party in Discord so we can all hear the tracks for the first time together. Oh, I think the album is going to sound like Evermore and Folklore. I think it's going to fall under that category. Also, Joe's statement about this whole thing that he announced today, that his team announced, is stupid. It's stupid and dumb. Like, dude, I work in PR and I would have told you just to shut your trap. Like, what are you doing? Why did you make that statement? That's stupid and dumb. Like, interested with Florida. Tampa was the first show that came. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. I mean, listen, I was in Houston, and like when she played Champagne Problems, which is the song that he worked on with her, the audience was like, "Girl, you don't need him." We were cheering her on. She don't need him. She perfectly fine, which is also why Travis Kelce is so perfect for her, because he's like happy to talk about her. He when he doesn't want to talk about her, it's because he like doesn't want to upset her. He's like nervous, and it's really cute. That's super cute. It's not a like I don't want to talk about her. It's like, no, he wants to talk about her. Did I see somewhere it was categorized? Yeah. Okay, wait, you guys, you want me to tell you what Joe said? I'll read you Joe's statement because it was dumb. Or I shouldn't say it was his. It's dumb, all right? Where is it? But I love their love. See, that's what I mean. Joe, where's your statement? Hold on. Let me go to news. How Joe feels about this. I think this is dumb. The All One source says, Joe has not said one word about Taylor or their breakup and has been completely respectful of her. It's undeniable that the name of her upcoming album is in reference to Joe's WhatsApp group chat. Taylor knocked him for the name of this when they were together. She didn't want people to think that it had anything to do with her, so when he spoke about it, she was, of course, bothered. Joe has no reason to believe yet that she is going to diss him or their relationship. Bro, there's a song called So Long London. You want to try that again? She writes about her past using code and points of reference. It may just be that she's reflecting on their time together, and he's hoping that's it. He's hoping it is nothing more. If it is a diss album, that is shady. He helped her with a song written on her past album, so it will really come as a shock to him if she talks about their breakup, as it is something he has not spoken of at all. Regardless of what she does, he will still not respond because he has removed himself from her narrative and is very glad he did. Bro, why is this your statement? This is horrible. You sound like a jilted lover. You just shouldn't have said anything. Or, you know what you should have said? You should have ended it with this. Joe has not said one word about Taylor or their breakup and has been completely respectful of her. One sentence. Next sentence. Joe has no reason to believe yet that she's going to diss him or their relationship. And it may just be that she's reflecting on their time together and he's hoping for nothing more. That's 3 sentences. That's all you needed to say. Those were the 3 sentences you needed to say and move on. That's it. That's all you, like, bro, this is so not good. It's not good. It's not good. Not good for him. Travis isn't afraid. No, he ain't afraid. I think Mama Kelsey was afraid, but Travis wasn't afraid. But like, dude, what is this? It's stupid. Like, no one cares. What I know Joe's like been in things, but like, let me look at his IMDb. What is he doing soon? He must be working on something, right? Okay, he had a very short film about longing. Okay, That was his project in 2023. He doesn't have any. Oh, upcoming right here. He's in Hamlet. He's in 3 projects. One is a mini series. Okay. So he's still working. Good for him. I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh, wait, what is Goodreads saying? Curated romance pics. Okay. Where's the fantasy? Jane Austen retelling. Oh, they don't have the one Jane Austen that's really good. Is there a himbo Hall of Fame? Oh my god, the roommate is on the himbo Hall of Fame. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is not wrong. Marriage of Convenience. Oh, I didn't know this one was one. Portrait of a Scotsman. Okay, wow, that's my one to read. Don't forget about the fake dating. I don't care about that. Whisper in my ear about forbidden love. No. High dark romance. No. Dip toe into romantasy. Who wrote this? The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Okay, she looks great though. Young love. I don't want a YA. Okay. Oh, you guys wanted to ask. You guys were asking me about my Brewmate. So obviously there was the Stanley Cup phase. Okay, and I'll talk about this really quick. I should add this to my Amazon so you guys can find it. I don't know if it's still listed, but anyways, everyone's like super into the Stanley Cup. I had a Stanley Cup, and I drink lemon water a lot, so I sometimes put lemons in my water. And one time I left the lemon in my Stanley Cup for too long, and it got mold in it. And I was very sad. So I steamed the hell out of my Stanley Cup. I dunked it in hot water. I cleaned it. I did everything Stanley tells you to do. It will not remove. It will not remove. And I was very irritated. Then I was like, ooh, but you know what I do like? I like a soft, squishy straw. So let me show you this and why you should get this and not a Stanley Cup. Because this is cuter, number one. But the best part is, if I twist this little thingy and I lock it, it doesn't leak. It doesn't leak. It doesn't leak. That's the best part. This thing don't leak. Oh, well, hold on. Okay, I shook it too hard, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, this thing doesn't leak. It's the best. And the straw is thing. But then the other thing I really like, because I like this one cleaning, is when you take it off and you clean it, okay, this, and then you just twist it, and that's how you clean it. So it's 2 different things. This is like, honestly, I am Brewmate girl. Forget the Stanley Cup. I'm a Brewmate girl. I'm going to get another one. But I really like this one, so. The confidence you ever like to do. Yeah, soft straw, no leaking. I will say sometimes it leaks because I don't close the lid well enough, but that's on me. That's not on the product. So I love it. I love it. Also, you can take this part off and clean it. Hold on. This is a little trickier to do, but there you go. So you can clean this part too. It's just like, why? Like, I'm sorry. I had a Stanley Cup, and like, this is, okay, wait, I'm not being a very good, like, this is why I don't work for like what is it? The Home Shopping. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. So anyways, okay. What did you mean on your Insta story when you said you've been waiting for the book, like ho fast for SJM for a while? Ooh. Well, I have been waiting for a book that has, okay, well, I can skirt around the Ho Fast spoilers, but I can't skirt around the Ho Sad ones. Is that okay if I talk about this really quick? Simply Modern 14 ounce is also great. Yes, Amanda has those, and they are great. I just, listen, the no leaking is what's got me right now. Okay. I'm gonna skirt around the Ho Fast spoilers, but I'm gonna explain the Ho Sap spoilers. So, just really quickly, I've been getting ads. Listen, do this. Okay, so before HOSAB came out, because I feel like I constantly have to fight for my life and explain this. Before HOSAB came out, I was considered batshit crazy for believing there was a crossover. Because at that point, it was just Aelin falling through the worlds, but it was not anything else. And I kind of sniffed it out. I was like, there's a crossover. And then Sarah would go live and she would say, well, Rhys and Aelin aren't going to meet. Like, I'm never going to do anything like that. And so I had pretty much put my expectations at maybe one day she'll release a series and it will be totally new characters and they'll all be from the different worlds and it will cross over. Okay. So that was kind of where my brain was at. Then as we were getting, and Avery and I, and just me, used to do crossover chats, which like barely people would come to because basically it was like tinfoil hat type of conversations because none of that was confirmed. Like that was not going to happen. Okay. Then HOSAB came out and then I got leaked and spoiled that Rhys was in it. And it was like the most validating feeling in the entire world. And I was very somewhat smug about it because I would get messages from people being like, I can't believe you were right all along. And I'm like, yeah, because it was all these little breadcrumbs. Like I sat there and I said when Bryce got the tattoo, like I was like, okay, Bryce is getting let me tell you without telling you HOFAS. I'm going to tell you what some of my pre-HOSAB theories were. Okay. Before getting HOSAB, my pre-HOSAB theories were that Bryce's tattoo was word marks, that it was word marks, and it was the same language that was on the Book of Breathings. It was that the Asteria and the Valg are the same or they were related in some way. It was that the books that Bryce has, somehow the ones that teach her word marks and everything, could potentially get her to hell. It was that there's a lot of conversations about hell. Where are the gods from Throne of Glass and how are they getting involved? It was that Apollyon is Hunt's father, because I had sniffed out in Earth and Blood some lines and realized that we don't know what the Prince of the Pit's name is, but the way Adis is skirting around things and the way Jezebel is talking about it, it's got to be the Prince of the Pit because that was the only one. So it was like the Prince of the Pit, the Prince of the Pit. That is Hunt's father. I know it's the Prince of the Pit. I know it's the Prince of the Pit. And then we get HOSAB and we know his name is Apollyon. And I was like, it's Apollyon. My theory is still right. Like I just kept going. Okay. So then by the time HOSAB came out and I had gotten it, all I wanted out of HOFAS was a book that explained some of these crossover things black and white. That's all I wanted. I wanted it fully fleshed out and explained. I was sick and tired of arguing it with people on the internet, but I just had very like basic things. Like my theories are not like, woo, over here theories. My theories tend to be, well, the text says this, and based off of her pattern, it's this. So I want this to happen. And so HOFAS is the book I always wanted because it answered a lot of those questions that I may or may not have I just had theories on. And so, and it was all from just me literally going 2 + 2 = 4. So I wanted to see, did 2 + 2 = 4, or was it really 2 + 3 = 5? Like, that's what I wanted to see. So unfortunately, the book was somewhat ruined. And I also think like there was a lot of expectations that I unknowingly put on the book. And so there was a lot of emotion going into me finishing the book up. So like I didn't necessarily have the reaction I thought I would have when the book was finally in my hands. But as the days have passed and as I have somewhat reread some passages, like I'm not in a place where I can go back and reread it fully. I actually really love the book. Like I genuinely enjoy HOFAS. And I think for what it is, it gave us what I wanted. And I am so grateful that this book exists. Like genuinely so happy. Do I have issues with it? Yes. However, at the bare bones of what it is, that it's the book I wanted Sarah to write for HOFAS. So that's kind of my long-winded answer. There you go. So yeah, it is, it will be interesting on Friday because I think out of all of my friends, I am the most critical of HOFAS, but I am also not negatively critical about it. Like there were just certain things and executions I didn't love, but I didn't hate the book. I didn't dislike the book. I feel very strongly about certain executions, but the bare bones of what Sarah accomplished, I liked, if that makes sense. So, do you have any thoughts on book 4? Oh, the House of Many Waters book? I mean, it's going to be House of Many Waters, but I think it'll be Ethan and Therion, which I thought that before Hofast came out. So, yeah. The real question is, I think we're getting the Throne of Glass trilogy. I think we're getting a Throne of Glass trilogy. And that isn't just me being like, that isn't me crack theorying this out. Like, I did the math and I think it's a Throne of Glass trilogy. I think it is. Or if it's, and when I say that, I'm like loosely explaining it. Okay. Do you want me to explain why I think this is what's going down? Okay. Is anyone in here not read? Wait, where are we at on time? Okay. We're an hour in. Is anyone here not read Hofast? Has anyone here not read it? Because I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm going to open up a board so I can kind of explain this because I feel like that's the best way for me to do this. They can leave. Please explain. Okay. All right. I have 100 pages left. Okay. If you have 100 pages left, you'll be fine. I'm not going to say anything that ruins the book. If you have 100 pages left, you'll be fine. Okay. Let me get my chart out. Is this the one I want? Or do I want... I'm going to do this one. Yeah, let's just use this one. Okay. Oh, no. Actually, can I just get a blank one? Okay. Okay. Let me close out some tabs, and then I'm going to switch it over. Actually, before I do this, let me grab my one thing, because I forget sometimes. Okay. So I did map this out, so this kind of helps me. So, okay. So here we go. Okay. So Sarah J. Maas was contracted prior to, or here, you know what? I'm going to show you this. This is going to help kind of explain it a little bit. Okay. I'm going to present this so you guys can see it. Okay. So these are the contracted books from Sarah J. Maas, and there is one error on it. So wait, hold on. Actually, before I show you this, let me just move. I can delete this. I can delete, well, actually, I'm not going to delete this. Okay. 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 So how many times can I say okay? So this is the contracted books for Sarah J. Maas, and this is just like a very quick breakdown. So how this works. These are the list of books as a fandom we knew since Kingdom of Ashes release. Okay. So for context, to just kind of explain this. So pre-Akawar, what I mean by that is 3 times, it's kind of embarrassing. Girl, that ain't embarrassing. I've probably read Throne of Glass 5 times in 2 years. That's fine. Okay, so pre-Akawar, ACOTAR was pitched as a trilogy. Okay, so it was ACOTAR, Akabeth, Akawar. Okay, then Then post-Akawar, this should be fixed. So this should be Akasif. Or no, this should be Akafas. Okay, and then it should be Akasif. And then it's ACOTAR. I think it's ACOTAR 5, ACOTAR 6, ACOTAR novella. Okay. Sorry. I do need to fix that to kind of clarify. So before This is 2018. These were the books that were contracted. Okay. So we were contracted with a trilogy. Then when she was writing Akawar, she then decided to make this a contract, which is the Akafas, Akasif, the 2 Akatar, and then a novella. Okay. So some people get this confused. This was a totally different contract. And then Crescent City trilogy, which was Earth and Blood, Sky and Breath, and then Flame and Shadow. I keep saying Frost and Starlight because it's the same thing. Okay. This is what we knew in 2018. Then in March of 2015, 4 books were added or March of 2023, because it said in a quarterly update, Bloomsbury shared that signing this week for a further 4-book contract with Sarah J. Maas on top of the 3 books already under contract. Now, what were those 3 books under contract? It was these 3 Akatar books, because these ones were already done. So all of the Crescent City ones done, contract signed, delivered. Hofast was being delivered. Okay. Then Frost and Starlight done, signed, delivered. Silver Flames done, signed, delivered. So the only thing left in her old contract before March was the 2 Akatar books and an Akatar novella. Okay. Then we get March 2023, which was last year, that 4 more books were signed, which then brought the total to 6 further contracted titles. Now, why is it 6? Well, because they are counting these 3 Akatar books and this, and they said that 6 further contracted titles. This is where I think the math is a little funky. I actually think the person meant to say 7 because Sarah at the time was working on Akatar 5. Could there be another book that was signed, which then brings the number up to 6? Yes. Okay. But let's go under. Let's not go over. Do you kind of get what I'm trying to say here? Like, I don't want to sit here and tell you guys that there's now 10 books under contract. I'd rather stick with the 6 number and then we just get surprised. Okay, because there's a bit of conflicting information. But regardless, we have 4 new books, and then they said 6 confirmed contracted titles, which could include these 4, and then the 2 Akatar books here. And does that make sense? Am I losing anyone? I know some of the math isn't mathing, but you know what? Are we surprised at this point? No, but we're gonna round down, not round up. Because if we round up, we will get our hopes up. And we're not going to round up. We're going to round down. Okay? So, then this is the new list as of December 2023. Which is, we had Crescent City as a trilogy. Okay? Then we have, I changed this today. This used to say unknown. So 4 unknown, then the 3 Akatar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Obviously, we're miscounting some. I don't think they were counting Frost and Starlight, or I don't think they were Frost and Starlight, Flame and Shadow. And I think they were counting books, not the novella, potentially. Again, we're going to round down, not round up. So then Sarah confirmed as of this month / end of January that one of these 4 unknown books is A House of Many Waters. Okay? So that means one is House, which leaves 3. There could be 2 more, but it at least leaves 3 books unknown. Okay? Then Sarah said, which I will pull it up because I just want you guys to see it. So then Sarah said in her interview with the Today Show, So she said, I'm just going to have to scroll for a second until someone tagged me in and then I can pull it. Okay. So then she said in 2 interviews, which I'm going to pull them both up. Okay. And then let me get the audio so you guys can hear these. So then these are 2 TikToks, which I'm sure you guys have seen. And so forgive me. I'm going to make you guys watch them really quick because I think it's important for you to see where this is coming from. So let me see here. Okay. You guys should be able to hear it. Okay, so in this one, it says she reveals that she already knows, or wait, let me play this one first, which talks about the crossover. And the reason I'm playing this one is there's a very, very important word she says in here that I think is kind of the key to all of this, okay?
I saw the ending of House of Sky and Breath, and I saw the moment when like Reese introduces himself in my head, and I like jumped out of my chair at my desk. I was like, oh my god, is this happening? Is this happening? It was like a full body thing. Even though I'm writing the story, I was like, oh my god, it's happening. And then I burst into tears, and I was like, oh, a mess. And I was like, can I do this? Yeah, I can do it. I can totally do it. I didn't tell anyone until I had this big meeting at my publisher, and we were just talking about whatever updates with the, you know, my books. And so then I was like, I have an update for everyone. And then I told like this room of people, like I swore them to secrecy, and like they, like their reaction was like exactly the reaction I was hoping for, where like they lost their minds. I was, you know, crying again, you know, we were all just like, yes. But so it was a very, like that was like the most intense secret we've ever had. There's still a couple little Easter eggs in the House of Flame and Shadow that I'm not going to say anything about, but you know, the gates between worlds could open again, possibly to other places. I'm not saying anything. I'm not committing to anything, but I love the idea of being able to play in all three worlds.
That is the most important thing. Play in all three worlds. She's not talking about hell, people. She's all three worlds. All three worlds. That's what she's saying. Okay? So then you go to this one where she's talking about future books. And I don't need to, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but connect the dots.
There's one book that I'm going to be writing after this next ACOTAR book that I'm very excited about. I'm not going to say what world it's in. I'm not going to say anything, but it's a story that's been kind of brewing in the back of my mind for a long time. And it's one that I really hope readers will love. But I think that one, without saying too much, I think it's going to be a very like emotional book for me to write, just in terms of the world I'll be writing and the characters that might pop up. And that's all I'm going to say about that one.
It is not hard. It is not hard to piece together that she's talking about Throne of Glass. Like, I'm not even trying to like, is she? No, that is what she's talking about. Like that is what she's talking about. Okay. So anyways, back to my chart. So, hold on a second. Let me go here. Okay, great. Okay. So back to my chart. Okay. So we have this. All right. Then we go, so this is the new list. So ACOTAR, the reason it's in purple, that was one contract, okay? Then this is the one that's currently in contract, which I called this ACOTAR 6, but it's really ACOTAR 5 because we don't really count the novella. Again, going back to the fact that we're not really counting these novellas, okay? But there is one more book and then a novella, another book and a novella. Okay, let's be honest. This is the As book. I'm sorry if you think it's anything else, it's the As book. Okay, this is the ACOTAR 6 is As. ACOTAR 5, whatever you want to call it, it's the As book. This is going to be something in shadows. Okay, this is the As book. All right. Then we have Crescent City down here, which I'm kind of covering. So I'll just. Ooh, whoops, sorry guys. I will move myself. Oh, come on. Okay, I'll move myself over here. Okay. So then we have the Crescent Cities, which was a trilogy, and then we found out that one of these is Many Waters. Now listen, we all know Sarah J. Maas does not write standalones. She doesn't even write duologies. She writes trilogies. So this is what I think is happening. I think it's this. I think it is 2G 2.0, 1, 2, and 3. I think it's a trilogy. And I think the trilogy is going to be... I think, I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but I think it is going to be Fenris, Manon, and Lorcan. I think it's going to be those three. And Aelin is going to play a role very similar to how Rhys and Feyre play the role. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, and the reason it's Lorcan is I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't finished Hofast, but like, if you have 100 pages left, you're probably fine. But like when you find out Hunt's background, it's pretty much the same as Lorcan's. It's not hard to deduce what Lorcan potentially is. So I can't believe I have to start to like Lorcan, but I think I might. So I think that that's what's going on. And also, I want to quickly say before someone's like, well, what about a crossover? Okay, well, when I'm saying to like Throne of Glass 2.0, I don't mean like Throne of Glass. I think Throne of Glass might bleed into like a crossover-y type thing. I think it's kind of, I don't think it's just going to be Throne of Glass. I think the reason I'm leaning towards Lorcan, Manon, and Fenris is because the three of them all have some sort of unfinished based off of Hofas. Like all three of them do. So I think it's going to be Fenris because of Ethan and he can winnow and that type of thing. Lorcan because Lorcan's a test tube baby most likely. And then Manon because I personally think, well, one, I think she wants to write Manon and Dorian. And the second thing is because with this whole Valg, Manon is half Valg. If you guys don't remember, the witches are Valg and Fae combined. And then Manon is like even more complicated because she's both Kraken and Iron Teeth. But anyways, okay. So Manon being part Valg potentially could lead to some interesting development with there no longer being Valg. So also it's just Manon and Dorian. Like we all want to go see Manon and Dorian. So like, and Fenris is great because Fenris is the emissary of Terrasen, so he gets to travel everywhere. So Fenris is kind of like our little travel. So like we can go see Nezran and Sartak. We can go see what's going on with Selene Whitethorn over in Dornell. We can go see what's going on with Aelin and Rowan. We can see what's going on with Dorian. We can go see what's going on with Manon and with the Waste. Like, I think it's this. I do think it's going to be this. So, I mean, she brought up Fenris and Dorian. I think a Fenris book. I think that's what's going on. So I think it's a Throne of Glass trilogy. I really do. And if it isn't, that's fine, but I will be sad. I think it's a Throne of Glass trilogy. Like, and to elaborate really quick, hold on. I do want to say this. This is what I think. I'm going to put my 2 cents on for this. So I think ACOTAR 6, as I labeled it here, is the As book. I think the unknown ACOTAR book is Elaine and Lucian. Sorry, I'm an Lucian girly. And then I think the novella, I don't really care what it is. It could be a Frost and Starlight situation, and that wouldn't bother me. It could be a going back in time. She's said that before. That wouldn't bother me. But, like, it's just going to be a novella. Okay? Then House of Many Waters is either going to be a novella or full book. I'm assuming it's going to be a full book. I don't know when it's going to come into play, but I think after ACOTAR 6, it's going to be Throne of Glass Book 1, and then maybe House of Many Waters. So, like, that's what I'm thinking it is. I do think that we are setting up for an Avengers series. I do think we are. Like, there's no question in my head about that. Like, I think it's going to look something like this. Hold on. I'm going to put a Google Doc up so you guys can see. Is there anything you don't want to see? Time travel? I hate the time travel theory. I love time travel too. I feel like I really need to continuously repeat that, but I do really love time travel. Like, genuinely love time travel. Okay, so this is what I think is happening. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in really quick. Okay, so, oh, whoops. Hi, there I am. Okay, so, we have coming down the pipeline. Actually, I should have opened it on here so I can read this. Okay. If you had to ask me, I think it's going to look something like this. Okay, so we had Hofas, and this was January, we'll say January 2024. Okay, I'll make this bigger so you guys can read it. Okay. Okay, so we had Hofas January 2024. Then I think we're going to get ACOTAR 5. So if she's going on the 18-month release, it's going to be anywhere from, so 18 months is summer. So we're going to say summer to fall 2025. Okay. Then I think we're going to get TOG 2.0. And I think this is going to be, you know, winter, like, I should just say that, early 2027. Or sorry, early 2026. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, no, 2027. Because it'll go like, okay, let's just put a date to this. So let's say this one comes out July, I'm guessing, July 2025. Okay. So that would be about the 18 month. It gives her a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. So if you go 18 months from that, so a year out is July, and then August, September, October, November, December, January. Okay. So then you're looking again at January 2027. Okay. Then we have House of Many Waters. Okay. And that is going to be July 2028. Then I think it's going to be TOG 2.0 book 2. And this is going to be January 2029. No, wait. January 2020. Oh, January 2030. 2030. I hate that. And then I think it's gonna be ACOTAR 6. Or these could flip for me. These could flip for me, honestly. And then I think this is gonna be July 2031. I think it's gonna look something like that. These aren't real years, Sarah. What do you mean? That's too many years? What do you mean? No. It shouldn't be 20. No. Because if this is January, you have to skip a year. Because you have to remember. You have to wait. No. Hold on. Okay, wait. If you look at a calendar and you were to say January 2024, okay, then July 2025, right? But it wouldn't come out if this said 2026, that isn't right, because then that's only 6 months and she's on an 18-month release. So then that's why it's 2027. And then this one goes 2028. And then this one can't be 2029 because it's, again, a 6-month time frame. So you have to be 18 months out the whole time. And so then you're 18 months out and then you're 18 months out. So that's where I'm getting the dates. You guys, I'm shit at math, and I know this is the right math. I know. Okay. Like, this is this doesn't make me happy either, but this is where we're heading. I'm gonna have to wait 3 years for a Throne of Glass book, potentially. It's just, I mean, it sucks, but like, I think this is where we're heading. Will it be 18 months? Oh, I don't know. She said, I'm going off of the 18 months that she said. That's what I'm doing. I would love for it not to be 18 months, but I'm gonna go off of that. So, I don't know. I don't love it either. Sorry. My Antidepressants just listen. You know what's not going to make you depressed? I'm about to send you to Melissa Rorick, and then you guys will all be okay. I really would. Those okay. Please, someone who has read up to the Legacy series, please tell them that like I am actually doing. I am saving you. I am genuinely saving you because I know what you all love, and I'm saving you. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. She said 18 months. It's just, I'm saving you. Okay. Like I'm trying. I know you love Sarah, but Sarah's going to age like fine wine. And some of us don't have the patience for that. And you know what? Melissa basically is doing I hate to say this, better job. So with some, when we start reading it, I can talk about it. It's hard for me to talk. I really want to keep you guys spoiler free from it, but there were some things in Throne of Glass and there's some things in Akatar and there's some things in Crest City that I don't love. And I feel like Melissa does a much better job with it. So that is the deal. Melissa has 45 books planned. I don't know if she's got that many. She's got a lot. Britt, how many does she have planned? I don't remember how many she has planned. Lady of Darkness is great. I love the Legacy series. Yep. Yeah. So what's happening Friday? We are doing a spoiler chat on HoFast. We're going to just totally break it down. 9 series. Yeah. Wait, there's 9? Are you counting the ones that are out, Britt? Too many. I'm like trying to count them in my head, but I am not doing a very good job. No, but wait, Britt and I might. No, actually, just kidding. Well, Britt got her way with 1. I know that. It's fine. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. We're getting more. What do you mean? We're meeting on Friday, so I get to. What do you mean? No, hold on. What? I'm about to yell at them. Excuse me? When I get off this live, I want an explanation. What do you mean? What do you mean? I know about. No, wait, hold on. Excuse me? Okay, well, all right. I expect voice memos when I come out of this live. Okay, time 8:00. Melissa, what did you agree to? I'm assuming it's that. What did you agree to? The audiobooks are great too for Lady of Darkness, in case anyone's wondering. I should say this because it is like the right thing to say. Check your trigger warnings. Wait, I'll just link your website. Hold on. Why is your website? Oh, Melissa, do you know what comes up when you search your name? Do you know what comes up? Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh no, where did my little... Oh no, I messed up my Steam Deck. Hold on. Do you know what comes up when you search your name? No, this isn't a bad thing. It's my face. It's my face. That is so funny. I was like, wait, who comes up? It's me. I'm the problem. That's actually really funny. Are we still getting an Akatar TV show? I think so, unless Hulu really wants to pay that penalty. Okay, Britt, I see what you're saying. Oh, right. Trigger warnings. That's what I was doing. I had a purpose. Do I have to search your actual, like, why is your website so hard to pull up? I'm gonna fix this. I will figure it out. I will fix it. Oh, look how cute. Okay. When you go to book extras, isn't under that? Trigger warnings right here. I will go ahead and just put it in here for you guys. Yeah, well, I'm gonna work on the website. Don't worry. There you go. Listen, as I've been saying, it feels like I'm dealing with a breakup, okay? I'm done really well with my breakup, and Scarlett is healing me. Is the list that long? Oh, it is. Wait. I love that it says one horse under tropes. Wait, does it say that? Oh, yeah. Oh, it does say it right there. Melissa, you did put it on your website. It says the Legacies. I can say this then. The Legacy series is an MFM series. It's kind of great, though. It's not what you think. I'm not usually an MFM girl, and I really like it. So I can say that. I was like, I knew we talked about it, but I couldn't remember like where. Who's going to be on Friday? I think it's everyone. Kate might not because she had surgery. She's surgery on Thursday. But I think it's gonna. I mean, I don't know. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna send the Zoom out in our group chat, and we'll see who joins. But they picked the date, so. But we're gonna sit and talk about it. We're gonna sit and talk about it, and we're going to break it down. I love it. This one girl's reading Assassin's Blade for the first time. That makes me laugh. Who is this? It's reading Hofast. Lots of Hofast. Lots of Hofast readers. But yeah, that's about it. Okay. Anything else we need to discuss? This was a good... Did we like our chit chat session? It wasn't that bad, right? Oh, MFM stands for male, female, male, meaning it's like a throuple, but not exactly. Yeah. There are 2 men and 1 chick. It's great. It will be recorded. What are the odds the Throne of Glass series will be entirely new characters yet in the same world? Oh. Under 30%. I would even say under 10. I would say under 10. Yeah, I'd probably say that. Well, that would be my guess. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming to this live stream. It was it was very chill. We just hung out. We just had some good times. We'll do more chat stuff. I didn't even get to show you guys what I wanted to show you, which I will do at another time, which is to show, for those of you that have never played Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm about to blow your mind and show you something that is going to make you think of Hofast. But we will do it later. So, but I'm going to go ahead and end because I got to shower and get ready for bed. And, you know, this is fun. Look, we can do things outside of Sarah J. Maas. I'm proud of us. We're evolving and growing as a group, and that is impressive. So cheers to us. Okay, I will put on the spicy music again because this is not what I was feeling. So let's put on this. Let's do that. Okay. Bye, friends.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt? Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, 'cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do is take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some, and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it. Somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it. If you're sinking or swimming, existing or living. Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see.